Hello, welcome, and let's get started. Let's start with the 4.5mm crochet hook and the sparkle coral yarn. We can begin with the magic circle. There are many ways to do this, just choose one that's best for you. After you create the circle, do a chain 1. Follow this with 2 more chains. This will count as your first double crochet. We will now work 11 double crochets into the circle, so we will have a total of 12 stitches. Pull the end to close the circle. Do a slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. Your first round will equal 12 stitches. Do a chain 3. This will count as a double crochet throughout the entire pattern. Plus, we're going to do one more chain to create a space. Start in the first stitch and make a double crochet and a chain 1. Repeat this, putting one double crochet into the top of each double crochet from the round below. So double crochet, chain 1, and into the next one. Double crochet and chain 1. Slip stitch to join in the top of the chain 3. Round 2 will equal 12 stitches. For round 3, we will again start with the chain 3. We will now put a double crochet into the same stitch and then chain 1. We can now put 2 double crochet into each double crochet stitch from below, followed by a chain 1. So 2 double crochet, there's 1 and 2, and a chain 1. Let's slip stitch to join in the top of the chain 3. Round 3 will equal 24 stitches. Again, let's start with the chain 3 and double crochet into the same stitch. We will then put a double crochet into the top of the next double crochet from the round below, and then chain 1. So our pattern will be 2 double crochet in the first stitch, followed by 1 double crochet in the next, and a chain 1. Continue this pattern around. So 2 double crochet, and then 1 double crochet, and a chain 1. This will create the increase for this round. Slip stitch to join in the top of the chain. Round 4 will equal 36 stitches. Again, let's start with the chain 3 and double crochet in that same stitch. To increase this round, we will put 1 double crochet in the top of the next 2 double crochet and then chain 1. Repeat this pattern. So it'll be 2 double crochet in the first, followed by 1 double crochet, and then another double crochet, and then a chain 1. Slip stitch to join. Round 5 will equal 48 stitches. Begin with your chain 3 and a double crochet in the same stitch. We will then double crochet in the top of the next 3 double crochet and chain 1. This will be for another increase. Repeat this pattern. So 2 double crochet in the first, followed by 1 double crochet, and another double crochet, and a third double crochet, and then chain 1. Round 6 will equal 60 stitches. Let's measure. To find out the perfect size of hat, measure the circumference of the person's head that you're making the hat for. Take that number and divide by pi, or 3.14. This will give you the diameter. The size of hat that I am making is 45 centimeters. So if I divide that by 3.14, it will give me approximately 14 centimeters. If I am doing my work in inches, an 18-inch diameter around the head divided by 3.14 will be about 5.7 inches. This is just a guide for you to use. If you need your hat to be a little bit smaller, stop one row before and then continue your stitches as my pattern goes as follows. Do not increase your rows once you have determined your size. We will start with the chain 3 and put 1 double crochet into the top of each double crochet, followed by a chain stitch. So I will do 5 double crochets, 1 in each stitch, and then a chain 1. This will not be an increase. So repeat this pattern with 5 double crochet and a chain 1. When you finish this round, you will begin to see the nice shape. You will repeat this row 7 for rows 8 through 12. You should have a total of 12 rows. Again, take a measurement. I like to make the length the same measurement as my diameter. For our next row, we will chain 1. Start in the same stitch and single crochet in every stitch across and 1 single crochet in each space. And make sure you get into that space. So 1 in each top. So for my row, it'll be 5. It's 4 and 5, and then 1 single crochet in the space. Slip stitch to join in the top of the first single crochet. Row 13 will equal 72 stitches. Chain 1 and single crochet all the way around, 1 in each stitch for another 72 stitches. So row 14 will again equal 72 stitches. We can now start with the pretty brim. Start with the chain 2. Then put a double crochet in that same stitch, followed by a chain 1, another double crochet in the same stitch, and then a half double crochet. Make sure those are all in the first stitch. We will then skip 2 stitches from the round below. Working in the next stitch, we will do the pattern of a half double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, half double crochet, and we will put that all in the same stitch. Then we will skip 2 stitches and repeat. When you come to the end, just adjust into the spaces to make sure that your stitches work out evenly. If your last row of single crochet are in multiples of 3, it will work out perfectly. Otherwise, just adjust 1 or 2 stitches forward or back. When you finish, just slip stitch into the top of the chain 2. We will then do a slip stitch into our next double crochet just to move over into our chain 1 space. In that chain 1 space, we are going to do a single crochet. We can now begin our pattern in the chain 1 spaces. So our pattern will be the half double crochet, and then double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, half double crochet, and repeat, working into the chain 1 space of the round below. Repeat this until you have 3 rows. If you'd like to add more rows, that would look great as well. Slip stitch to join, cut your yarn and pull through. We can now weave in our 2 ends. We will now do the stitch to create the lace cord around the brim of the hat. This is called a Romanian point lace cord. Using your smaller 3.75mm crochet hook, start with a slip knot. Then chain 3. We will then do a single crochet in the second chain. We can then do a slip stitch in the first chain. Try to keep your work fairly loose. We will now turn a half turn. We will now do a single crochet into that V stitch. Take your time. It can be very tricky at first, but once you get a little bit of it started, it will go quite well. Then we will do a slip stitch into the loop. Again, a half turn, and we're going to repeat this. So we will do a single crochet into that V, single crochet, and then that remaining loop, a slip stitch. I will do a couple more for you until you get the hang of it. Make your cord about 30 inches or 77 centimeters depending on the size of your hat. We can now weave the cord into the hat. Thank you for watching. Be sure to watch to the very end to see how nicely it has come out, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!